Here we are again with the podcast.
Here we go again on our own.
So what's up, Rick?
Nothing much. Just here on a Friday night doing some IRLnoobs podcast. We usually don't record on Friday, but
this week's different.
This week is different.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Why is that?
Because I had to work last night, and that's usually when we do it.
Oh. That would do it.
That would do it.
So anyways, here we are on a Friday doing the podcast.
Yep.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Here's something to talk about. What have you been playing lately, Rick?
Well, I've been playing Landmark
Me too.
recently.
Me too.
I know. Todd and I have recently, over the last few episodes, we've been discussing playing Landmark and EverQuest Next, once it comes out. And we're trying to just kind of stay current with what's going on in the game's development.
Yep.
If you're not familiar with the titles, EverQuest Landmark is...
It's actually just called Landmark now.
Oh,
they changed it.
They changed it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Landmark is the standalone title. It's a sandbox kind of development game, much akin to Minecraft. It is a voxel-based sandbox, except...
It's Minecraft, but you can build things that aren't just cubes.
Right. So there's, smoothing out.
Curves.
You can kind of reshape and remodel the vectors to some
Circles.
degree. A lot of different...
Spheres.
Textures.
Cylinders.
There is also a component to the game.
Triangles.
Okay, thank you for naming all the things.
I'm here to help.
There's also a gathering component to the game where you have to mine ore or collect wood. Different types of things that you can gather. And there's a PvP aspect to the game. It hasn't been really fleshed out that well. But, it's kind of going toward that Minecrafty, sandboxy type of deal.
Yeah.
The thing with Landmark, though, is that they want to, and is it Sony Online Entertainment?
It is.
They are the publisher.
They made it.
And
are making it.
Yeah. They want the things that users create in Landmark to be available for purchase within the actual MMO proper of EverQuest Next.
Yes, basically, if you make something really cool, they might put it into EverQuest Next when that eventually gets released. Who knows when?
Yep.
Probably end of next year sometime.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, my ice cubes are jingling inside of my glass.
Did you say they're jangling?
Perhaps. So
today's drink of choice is gin and tonic.
Uh-huh.
It's actually Rick's second gin and tonic in his entire life.
Yes. I got really sick on gin in the desert in Colorado / Wyoming one time, and ever since then, it was on my 21st birthday, and ever since then I've not had gin.
And I convinced him to have some, and here we are.
Yeah. Drinking gin in your basement, talking about EverQuest Next.
Yep. So anyways, Landmark, we've been playing it, and like Rick said, it is a crafting, building type of game. So we are building a day spa.
Yes, that's what we decided.
A day spa. It's coming along. We have the main building mostly up.
Mm-hmm. I think what we're focusing our efforts on right now is a deck with a scenic overlook that we could put some bathtubs in so that two people could lay in them side by side, sort of like the Cialis commercials.
Exactly. It's going to be real nice.
Oh, very fancy.
So that's going to go next to, I think, the main clubhouse building.
Yeah. Which
has a creepy basement.
Right.
I don't know what to do with that yet.
Ping pong table.
Yeah.
It'll be the rec room.
Okay. We'll probably put a hot tub somewhere.
Yep.
A mud pit
mm-hmm.
for mud baths.
Mud bathing. We have to have an elaborate massage parlor.
Of course. With those tables with the little hole where your face goes.
Maybe some tanning booths.
Yeah. We'll see what we can do.
We'll see what we get.
It's going to be real cool. If you want to check it out, we're on the Serenity server, and the continent we're on is called Canal,
mm-hmm.
and we're way up north, like way at the ocean.
Yeah, I think the other thing that's kind of been going on with IRLnoobs is we're trying to figure out what we're going to do about streaming. We know there's a lot of interest in us streaming content. We're just not really sure what you guys want to see. We had a lot of success with our Euro Truck Simulator stream.
That was a good one.
A lot of people watched that. So we'll probably do that again in the future. But I think maybe we should post a poll or something like that. Yeah. That people could vote for what they want to see us streaming. Because we do want to get into that more. We have some partner people we work with who are also into streaming or shoutcasting different games. So
I'm actually planning on shoutcasting through Twitch some League of Legends games.
Yes.
Now if you're a fan of this podcast, you know that I hate that game.
You don't hate it.
Well, I don't like it. I don't like playing it.
Right.
But I used to play it a fair amount, so I know a little bit about the game, but not enough to really be what I would call knowledgeable about the game. So I think a shoutcast would be amusing.
Oh, it would be hilarious.
If I could find, some pro games, or maybe just pick some random games to observe.
So what all the top people do, who shoutcast, there's the shoutcaster or commentator, depending on your regional dialect. But then there's also a analyst. So the analyst's job is, after a play is made, they'll go back and kind of say what happened and why things happened the way they did.
Oh, player A was able to defeat player 17.
Right.
Due to the, sweet, super elite APM action of his mouse clicking.
Right. And whereas the shoutcaster, the commentator's job is to just kind of narrate the action as it goes on.
Yep, and kind of focus people's attention to where the cool stuff's happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to attempt that. I don't even know the champion names very well, let alone their abilities and what they can do.
So, the one with feathers!
That one there, who's slightly blue-colored, has defeated the monster that was next to that other thing.
Oh god, people are going to hate you.
Look out, here comes the little gerbil-looking guy! Oh, he's been defeated!
Alright. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back. We're going to do kind of an MMO moment / I want to talk about League of Legends a little bit more.
Okay.
So we'll continue the discussion after a short break. So stay with us here on IRLnoobs.com.
The time has come to speak of MMOs. Grabbeth thine mechanical keyboard, thine multi-button mouse, and set it up thy macros. The MMO moment with Todd and Rick.
That intro gets me every time.
I know it does, Todd.
It's so intense. Wow.
It's epic.
It's so epic and intense. So MMO moment. There's some sad news in that industry today. Actually, yesterday.
Pray tell.
NCSoft, which is a publisher out of, I believe, Korea. They are publishers for the games WildStar, Guild Wars 2, various others.
Guild Wars 1.
Guild Wars 1. WildStar 1. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Well, there won't be a WildStar 2. I'll guarantee you that.
No, but sad news. NC West, which is their operations here in the States, has announced a whole bunch of layoffs. It's very, very sad. Carbine, the makers or the developers of WildStar, took the brunt of it with 60 to 65 layoffs.
That's
which I think is probably like half of that company.
Yeah, at this point. Whenever you hear about things like this happening in the gaming industry, regardless of your personal opinion of the game or what they are developing, it is a blow to the industry.
It is.
So whenever you have experienced developers, in this particular case, the development team for WildStar have people who with resumes that harken back to the original EverQuest, Vanilla WoW. The classic MMOs, like the thing the industry was built on, are the people who were working on this title, and to have them out of work or displaced is just something you don't want to see. It's a sad thing. It is. It's sad.
Yeah, I have a statement here that NCSoft released regarding this.
Go for it.
They released this yesterday. So it says, Today we announced a restructuring of key operations within NC West. As a result of this restructuring, we are implementing staff reductions across our Western operations with the exclusion of ArenaNet. While decisions like this are always hard, they are necessary as we begin the implementation of a new strategy designed to strengthen our footing as a leader in global entertainment. Moving forward, we will continue to focus on our core development capabilities and the intellectual properties, WildStar, Ion, Lineage, and Guild Wars franchises, that have made NCSoft what it is today. However, we are looking to move into new business segments like mobile and tablet games, as well as explore emerging technologies. Again, the decision to reduce staff was not an easy one, and we sincerely wish everyone well in their next endeavors.
So they haven't cut staffing in Korea or China, so like in the Asian markets, they haven't cut staffing.
Right, yeah, it's only NC West that did this.
I would not be surprised if WildStar is a very successful title overseas. Like in the Asian market especially.
Is it released in the Asian market though?
I
don't think it is.
I think it is.
Is it?
I don't know, we can Google it during the break.
Yeah, I don't believe it was released there at all.
But if it isn't, I wouldn't be surprised if they did release it in the Asian market, and B, it was very successful because it's very grindy. It's very, it's very much the hardcore MMO.
Yep, Asian MMOs tend to be a lot more grindy, a lot more do the same thing for forever.
Yeah.
To get anywhere.
And I feel like the mistake WildStar made was they developed a game that is grindy. I mean, it would appeal to a market. It would appeal to the Asian market, but not the American market. Even Vanilla WoW was not as grindy as WildStar.
Yep.
I mean, the game is a mile wide and an inch deep, if you'll forgive me for using the old expression. Like, there is not very much depth to the game, but you could play it for 3 years and never be close to, like, seeing all the little things that it has.
That makes sense, yeah. One interesting thing about that statement, though, is the exclusion of ArenaNet from the layoffs. ArenaNet is the Guild Wars developer.
Mm-hmm.
I like Guild Wars.
Guild Wars makes them a lot of money. It's a very solid platform, and it holds a very unique place in the current MMO market. It's that, one-time cost, free-to-play MMO with just interesting vanity items for sale in a money shop.
Yeah. Yeah, so sad times for the MMO industry.
Sad times. What does make me hopeful is that with the displacement of some very good and very experienced talent, coinciding with Blizzard's recent announcement of canceling the Titan project and starting up a new project, Prometheus. Some of the old Blizzard talent is currently searching for jobs at the same time that Blizzard is hiring for its next-gen MMO.
Yeah, so maybe they'll get snatched up by Blizzard.
Yeah, maybe we'll see some return of what made Vanilla WoW so great in the first place.
That'd be okay.
I would be all right with that.
Yeah. So maybe there's a silver lining to all this,
I am
right?
just saying, I'm making predictions right now. 2014. I'm probably completely wrong, but you never know.
We'll come back and review this at a later date.
Yep.
And we'll say, hey, Rick, you were completely wrong.
I was completely wrong.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me, but I'm just making the call now.
Instead, all these laid-off Carbine folk made their own company and made the next Angry Birds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a revolution.
That's my prediction. It's going to be called Upset...
Unemployed Birds.
Yeah. Upset Birds, because they're unemployed.
Oh, wah, wah.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, that's enough talking about that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about League of Legends. And,
I don't like that game.
And move on to some other games. But let's take a quick break. We'll come right back. We'll finish up this discussion. So just stay with us here on IRLnoobs.com.
You are listening to IRL Noobs. You are listening to IRL Noobs. listening to IRL Noobs.
All right. So last time I'm going to mention League of Legends today. I apologize, Todd.
Yeah.
They're having their Halloween holiday event called the Harrowing.
The Harrowing.
Uh-huh.
Does it involve like long hair?
No.
Okay.
So you can participate.
Oh. Male baldness is not a joke.
I'm experiencing it myself, Todd. Don't worry.
Oh. Come on. Look at this. Look at this situation.
We're going to call you the situation.
No,
like
that
Jersey
guy's
Shore.
an idiot.
Todd, the situation, Hafley.
It's not my name. My new nickname is Honey Dick.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We started calling Todd Honey Dick a couple weeks ago.
Actually, that spa we were talking about in Landmark is called Honey Dick's The Right Time Day Spa.
Yeah, that's true. It's because we call him Honey Dick because the ladies just can't keep away.
Yep. We've lately been calling Rick the Dump Bucket.
That's not true.
No, that's true.
Nobody calls me that.
I call you that.
I know
I'm
you
not
do.
nobody.
I am somebody.
I'm someone. You jerk.
Anyway,
You big bitch.
back to League of Legends. It is their Halloween holiday event called the Harrowing. Right now, they're having some skins, like legendary skins, like the retired ones they bring back. They call them. Is it legendary? I forget what they call them. There's some name for them.
Previously unavailable.
Right. They're usually available during holiday events only. So Halloween, Christmas, and I think they do one more.
Are they selling Fiddle Me Timbers?
Shiver Me or Fiddle Me Timbers? Yeah, they are.
I like to bust out random League of Legends knowledge that I have.
He's always available though.
Oh, okay.
He has not been retired as of yet.
Okay.
What
about Badger Timo? That's been retired.
I don't think he's back.
I have that one.
Awesome.
That's all.
That is all.
That is all.
I owe that. They're also bringing flash sales to the game for the first time. So exactly like on Steam. Every 4 hours, they're putting different champions and skins on sale for a reduced cost. And
yeah, that's what on sale means.
Thank you. What I was trying to get to with that was the percentage off varies. They're not announcing it ahead of time, so you have to check back every 4 hours. So
like
that's kind of cool.
How much off are you talking? Like 50%?
Probably some of them.
Are you talking like 85%?
There was one for 80% off today that I saw.
What was it?
What was it?
I
think it was a Totemic Maokai.
Is that the tree guy?
Yeah. He's the best right now.
He is.
He is, though. He is.
No.
Yeah.
Teemo's always the best right now.
He's very strong.
He may be very strong, but he's no Teemo.
All right. Well, anyway.
Just buy all those increased attack speed items with the on-hit effects. Teemo just messed you up.
Every time we talk about League of Legends, you just talk about how great Teemo is with on-hit effects.
Because it's amazing. Come on.
No, it's because it's the only thing you know.
It works well.
They also have some unique summoner icon badge things. Badge swag. Hashtag badge swag 2014.
Do they have any badge YOLO?
No, thank God.
Thank God.
During the Halloween event, the badge is on sale for like 1,500 IP, which is the in-game earned currency. But afterwards, it will be for sale permanently for 250 RP, which is the pay money currency.
Real payment. Is that what that stands for?
Real. Riot points, actually.
I figured it would be real payment, and then IP would be in-game payment.
No, I don't know what IP stands for. Influence points, I do.
I like my version better because it makes sense. It's like, oh, which one's that? Oh, well, it's the in-game because it has the I. Or, oh, it's the real money because it has the R.
Well, I guess that works.
Yeah, it does.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever crumbles my cookie.
Whatever crumbles your cookie, babe.
Toots my horn.
Mm-hmm. So, what else? They also released some skins, some unique skins
so unique.
For the Halloween event.
Any good ones?
There is a LeBlanc one that's pretty sexy, a lot of boobs, as would be expected.
The game's all about the boobs.
Yeah. And then there's what's the other one? I forget what the other one is. Don't remember. No boobs. Doesn't matter.
No boobs. Doesn't matter. No boobs.
Although the skin, it's one of the legendary skins that's on sale again that I kind of like. I'm not sure if I want to get it because it's for Rise, and I don't play a lot of Rise, and I just won the Triumphant Rise skin. But
I feel like if you were going to play Rise, you might as well use the skin that you won.
I know. So I don't really think I'm going to buy the other one that's on sale.
Is it Professor Rise?
It is the Zombie Rise skin,
Ooh.
and it looks very cool.
Because I have Professor Rise.
Of course. Of course you do.
Yep.
No, and I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go there.
It's funny how many things I have in that game when I don't even really like it.
One thing I thought would be kind of an interesting idea for them to try is if you own one skin for the champion, it would deduct the price of the next skin for that champion you bought. So, I mean, it would just kind of like lower it by like 10%. And then if you owned 2 skins for that champion, the next one you bought would be 20% cheaper.
Like if you want to collect all of the skins for a particular champion?
It would give you more incentive, whereas I feel like a lot of people they're turned off from buying more skins for a champion after they have the first one.
If you have one, why get more? Because then you're not going to use the other one that you paid for.
But if it's for a significantly reduced price, they're going to just make more money overall. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I do.
So
I do.
That's my idea for the day.
So if anyone from Riot is listening,
which they're not,
IRLnoobs.com, you can send us the royalty checks for that idea.
Yep.
There's contact info on there.
You could just send us a case of beer.
No, I want like $20.
Fine. Todd wants $20.
Yep.
You're just gonna buy beer with it.
Well, yeah, but then I get to choose the beer. That's just how it is.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, Riot, if you listen, if that guy with the weird nasally voice that does your YouTube videos is listening, see a doctor.
Oh, that's Freak.
Is that his name? Freak? He's got a really weird nasally voice.
With the PH. He's awesome. I love him.
He is, but his voice is nasally. He has an issue.
Give him such a hard time, but I think he's great.
Why do people give him a hard time? Is it because of his voice?
It's because he has catchphrases that he tries to coin, like tons of damage. He always says tons of damage.
Tons of damage.
In game, the item, the Trinity Force item.
Yeah.
The description for it only says tons of damage. That's all.
That's really stupid.
And they
I have a much better phrase for the same purpose as tons of damage.
What?
It's taking big hits.
Taking big hits.
Or giving big hits, depending if you're taking or giving.
Big hits.
Big hits.
Todd big hits Hafley.
Yep, and if it's like really big hits, it's huge hits.
Enormous hits.
Enormous hits is the next level, yeah.
So
humongous hits.
When you're shoutcasting on our Twitch stream,
I'll make big hits a thing.
All right.
Oh, that furry thing with the boobs is taking big hits.
Furry thing with the boobs. What champion is that?
That's Lady Teemo.
Lady Teemo. Oh, okay. It doesn't exist.
You don't exist.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. What do you want to do when we come back, Todd?
More podcast.
With more podcasts here from IRLnoobs.com. You're listening to
Got a fun little story for you. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready, Todd.
You know who Gabe Newell is, right? The guy who owns Valve, the game company that runs Steam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a game recently that got released on Steam called Paranautical Activity.
Okay.
I think it's like a play between nautical and paranormal.
Sure. Is it like a platformer?
I don't know.
It's like 90% of the game.
What the game is about has nothing to do with the story.
I'm just playing the odds. I've never heard of it.
Probably what it is. But so this game got released on Steam, and Steam put it under the early access category.
Okay.
And the developer of that game was upset that it got put under early access.
Because they were done with it?
Because I guess he thought that it was not early, whatever. And he didn't want people to think less of his game because, it's not done yet. I'm not going to buy it. Mm-hmm. So he got pissed, and he went to Twitter to vent his frustrations and said some pretty nasty things about Valve, eventually saying that, I am going to kill Gabe Newell. He is going to die. At which point...
What?
At which point Valve and then pulled the game from Steam, and it is no longer for sale on Steam. So good work to that guy.
What a douchebag.
Yeah. Did he really think that was a good idea?
So it is every indie and sometimes like not even indie studio's dream, like a AAA studio's dream, to get their game for sale on Steam.
Yeah, because tons of people use Steam. Tons of sales happen through Steam.
When you sign,
you lose out on a percentage, but you get so many sales, it makes up for it.
You get sales accredited to your title, especially as an indie studio. That looks great on a resume. Like, I shipped a product that sold X amount of units.
Yeah.
Or I shipped a product that sold to Steam. Like when you as an indie studio, when you sell with Steam, they pay you a flat rate for your game.
Yes.
You just make a one-time deal, and then Steam can sell your game for like 3 years until you re-sign. Yeah.
I didn't know
You don't get a percentage of sales. You get a contract rate. So, they either give you X amount per month, or they give you just like a flat one-time fee, and then Steam collects all the revenue from the games. So that when you see like the Steam flash sales and things like that, those are just completely determined internally. It has nothing to do with the developer.
So Steam doesn't have to go to the developer and say, hey, can we put your game on sale for 20% off or whatever?
More stipulations apply with larger developers.
Well, yeah, because they have more bargaining power.
But the business model works essentially the same way for them as it does for indie developers.
Yeah, so it's a huge thing to get your game on Steam because that's where the sales are going to come from.
Yeah.
And this guy is just upset that he was tagged as early access, which, okay, I guess you can be upset about that if you don't think it should be early access. But why would you go to Twitter and say you're going to kill the guy who runs Steam?
So stupid.
Yeah, so the game was immediately pulled from Steam, and he just lost out on a ton of money.
Yeah, he did.
Good work.
They probably voided his contract, and he will never get a job in the industry again.
Good work, developer of Paranautical Activity.
Yeah,
I could look up what the guy's name is, but he doesn't matter.
That is so stupid.
Yep.
That pisses me off. I don't even want to know about the game now.
No.
It's kind of a good name, too.
It is. It's a clever name, but
I don't even care.
well,
I don't even care.
There
Fuck him.
Yes, that's my fun story for you.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
Tell me
how it made you feel.
It made me feel pissed off because I would love to be in the position that guy was in.
And when you feel pissed off,
pre-Twitter position.
Okay.
Just to clarify.
When you feel pissed off, what does that make you want to do?
It makes me want to kill Gabe Newell. No.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Just kidding.
We're trying to get this podcast for sale on Steam. What are you doing?
Yeah, for free.
Does Steam do that? I don't think they do.
No, they don't. They don't.
Dear Steam, if you're listening to this,
Steam,
put us on your library of stuff.
My name is Todd Hafley.
I go by Honey Dick. That's not
I
true.
would like my podcast for sale on Greenlight.
You can sell it for nothing.
Yeah.
For free.
For free. I think what would be cool is if somebody would put together some sort of network where we could be part of a radio station that would stream in games, like when I'm playing a game.
Also, like if a game could connect to different, internet radio feeds.
Yeah, then we could be on a radio station.
I think Euro Truck Simulator can connect to internet radio.
Yeah. Well, we're not on internet radio.
No, we'll have to look into that one. If anyone has a connection, let me know.
Yeah.
Totimusprime@IRLnoobs.com.
You know it. You love it.
I do.
Well, thank you for that story, Todd.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one.
Got me all worked up.
I know.
So
it's my goal every week to get you worked up about something.
You always manage. You're an artist.
I have a gift.
Clearly. All right. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up today. Yeah, we'll be done.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be great. answers.
Those intros are hitting the spot today, you know?
They're hitting the spot.
Oh, yeah. The spot is just...
It's so hit.
It's hit.
It's so hit right
It's
now.
hit. Like, here's a spot. Kabam! Hit.
I hit that.
Yeah. Anyways. Our first question comes from the user Potato Crawler.
Okay.
Potato Crawler's subject is, are those students cheating in a college-level class while I bust my ass? Should I alert student affairs or the professor?
Nope.
All right, next question.
No, don't be a rat bitch. Listen, you're not in college because you're not in competition with everybody else. It doesn't matter how good or bad somebody does in a college class. If you pass, you pass. You get your degree. When you graduate, it's all going to be determined on what you can actually accomplish. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The guy who's cheating in a college level class just wants to get like a good government job. Let me leave him alone. He wants to get a good transcript so he can send it to some government agency and sit on his ass for the next 30 years. Let him have that. You don't need to take that away from him. That guy's got some
aspirations in life.
I mean, you're not cheating in college if you're trying to become like the next top researcher. You know, if you have like legitimate aspirations that you would have to compete for, you are busting your ass. You don't really care what you get in the class. You just want to know everything. Like, dude, leave the poor bastard alone. He's just trying to get through college.
But the thing is, when I go on to read more of it, it's not just one guy cheating. It's multiple people.
Who cares? Okay.
They're pulling out their phones in the middle of tests after the professor walks out of the room.
Let them do it. Let them do it. They just want to graduate. They need a job. They cannot afford to fail a class and retake it. Economy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Bush. It comes back to Bush.
Always does. Always does.
Next question.
So speaking of jobs, Pogo Launcher asks,
oh God,
I have my first ever job interview. Help? Goes on to say, I've never had a job before nor an interview. My first one is coming up and I am nervous. I really shouldn't be as I'm well spoken and I'm not super confident, but I can adapt and handle different situations. I've tried watching some tips videos, but I can't find a good one that is more centered towards a temporary job for someone who isn't really classed as a student, 16 years old. Any tips welcome, and can anyone share their experiences and or what questions are generally asked? Thanks in advance.
Sure. I think what is important in any job interview is to be shamelessly self-promoting.
That sounds right.
When you go into a job interview, you're doing two things. One, you need to show why you are better for this job than anyone else. And two, you are interviewing the employer to make sure that they can give you what you need.
Yep, yeah, you're interviewing them to see if it's a good fit for you as well.
If you do not do that, that is the hardest thing to do in an employment interview. If you don't do it, you're selling yourself short and you might end up hating your job. You have to do it. And as much as it seems scary to do that, or as counterproductive as it might seem to do that, it really isn't. Because an employer who sees that you're willing to kind of invest in yourself and like make sure you get what you want out of it, if they see that, they're much more likely to employ you if they're a good boss.
Yeah, then when they go back to discuss all the applicants later on, they can be like, oh, remember that guy? He was a go-getter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it seems a little frightening for you. Especially at 16 years old, like your perspective is so much different than when you're 26 or 36. You just don't know enough stuff. Just trust me when I say this. Like if you actually balls up enough to pull this off, like you're gonna get that job hands down.
I think so. I think so too.
Yeah, that was good advice. That was my good deed for the year. I think
that was pretty for the year. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say for the day or something.
No, I don't do them every day.
All right. So this final question I think is a real good one for you. I think that your situation in life right now is really going to help out this person.
All right.
So this person's name...
let me guess, it's just somebody looking to become really awesome. Right?
We'll get to that.
All right.
So this question comes from the user Nard70.
Nard.
Fantastic name, by the way.
Nard was the name of a male a cappella group not sanctioned by my university when I attended college.
Wow. Were they any good?
There were 3 a cappella groups on campus. There was the men, or actually 4, I'm sorry.
Wow.
A lot of fucking a cappella.
I guess so.
I tried out for 1 and didn't make it. Didn't make the cut.
You should have tried out for the other 3.
I know, I should. Well, 1 is the all-female group, so obviously I couldn't try out for that one.
Just put a wig on.
What were they called? I forget what they were called.
They called the ladies a cappella
There was
group?
the co-ed one, which I think was called like Section 8. No, that's something different. Something like with an 8 in it.
Something with an 8.
There was the all-male one. I think they were called the Southsiders.
Ooh.
And then there was Nard, which wasn't sanctioned by the college. It was just
some guys that put it
it
together
was 4
themselves.
guys, and all of the first initials of their names, like, made into an anagram spelled Nard.
That's
so
fantastic.
I know the N was Nick, the A was Andrew, the R I didn't know the R, and the D I want to say was Devin. Anyway,
So do you think that Nard70 was from that group?
maybe I know one of the Nard
may know who
guys.
this is.
Maybe I do.
So anyways, Nard70 says, do you believe AARP still has your best interests in mind? If not, what available associations are available to seniors? So I thought this was really right up your alley.
All right.
It goes on to say, I'm in my 30s, but my father is in his late 60s, and not only blindly signed up for the AARP membership several years ago, but also buys just about everything they throw his way. All sorts of insurance, Medicare supplements, who knows what else. It basically goes on to say he's curious how others are doing with AARP, and if these things are legit or whatever. Like, is AARP any good?
All right, so for those of you, which I'm hoping is all of you who listen to this, who don't know what AARP is, it's the American Association for Retired Persons.
Yep.
It is not a federally sanctioned organization. It is a privately held insurance organization that maintains membership under the right of association that we have in this country. Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
That only offers membership to senior citizens who I believe are eligible to collect Social Security, even in cases where they can only collect a reduced amount. So if you receive Social Security, you are eligible for membership in AARP.
Interesting story about who's eligible for membership. I remember back in the day when I was a youngin', my brother, who was probably, 16, 15 years old at the time, he received a temporary membership to the AARP in the mail.
What?
I don't think he was getting Social Security at the time.
Was he enrolled in AARP?
No, they just sent him a temporary membership that was good for however long, and if he wanted to continue it, he'd have to sign up.
Now, the AARP, it's a privately held company, so you could just consider it like fucking Walmart or Denny's, whatever you want. It is a private company. It has nothing to do with the government. They do provide several auxiliary services to seniors. Mm-hmm. They will handle investments. They will assist with money lending, like reverse mortgages or different annuities or whatever kind of weird legal shit you have.
I have an annuity and I need cash now.
Sure.
It's all right. Word reminded me.
I know a lot about the AARP, turns out.
Why? What? Why do you know a lot about it?
My grandma used to get a lot of mailers sent to the house. I lived with my great grandma. I lived with her since the time I was born until I left for college. And I used to read through all this stuff and check it out just because I had nothing else to do.
Because what else are you going to do? Yeah.
Yeah. So, my understanding is as you get older, it becomes really expensive to buy insurance, like life insurance especially.
Yeah, because you can die sooner.
Right. The AARP, since they know they have a secure investment in all of the people they lend to or, provide insurance coverage for because they literally take it out of your Social Security, mm-hmm. They're able to offer seniors reduced rates. So for that type of thing, Like for insurance wise stuff, I know it's pretty good, but other deals I can't really speak to. They have some really good travel deals. Like if you want to travel around, it's just like being in AAA. They get pretty much all the same deals.
I have a membership in AAA.
Yeah, me too.
They're fantastic.
Yeah. So for that kind of stuff, it's good.
How many years have you been a AAA member?
I've been on and off.
Oh.
Inconsistent.
I've been a member for 14 years.
Good work, Todd.
Ever since I could drive.
That's good.
Now you can figure out how old I am. 30.
Well, we talked about it like a few episodes ago when you had
30.
your birthday, so...
That's more than a few ago.
Well, it was a lot ago, but we talked
I'm like
about
30
it.
and a half now.
I wished you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome for 6 months ago.
Well, like 5 months ago.
The one thing I would be careful with AARP is, like, some of the crap they try to sell you. Like
all those Medicaid things and all that.
Right, yeah. I mean, leave Medicaid to Medicaid.
That's good advice.
Well, you're not going to get Medicaid. You'll get Medicare. You can always remember Medicare is for the old people because it has the R in it, which stands for retired.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I like how you say leave Medicaid to Medicaid, because that makes perfect sense to me. It's like, oh, leave Applebee's to Applebee's.
Exactly.
Or leave making chairs to the chair-making companies.
I want to talk about Applebee's a little bit more, but to finish answering this question, yeah, just be careful. Like, the AARP is good. They do good work, but they are a private organization trying to make money. They make most of their money in honest ways, like through advertising for other people, like promotional things and stuff like that. But just make sure your dad's not buying stuff that he doesn't need. You know, that's what it boils down to.
Sounds like solid advice.
Now, Applebee's. I was reading on there's a Rochester subreddit for the city we live in, Rochester, New York. And it said,
Rochester.
I'm looking for the best cougar bars in Rochester. So this is a younger fella trying to pick up...
like some older women.
You know, some older ladies.
Yeah.
The top-rated comment in the thread was Applebee's. And then people went on to discuss which of the Applebee's was best.
So which one is best?
I don't know. It was like yesterday.
Oh, that's important. We need to know.
I'll report back.
Okay.
I'll do some investigative journalism.
We'll do maybe a special edition podcast of just Rick telling you where the good cougar Applebee's are in the area.
And what to order, if there's like some code or something.
It's like, oh, if you order the mozzarella sticks, that means the cougars know you're good to go.
All right.
And they come over to your table.
All right. Give you their vintage marinara sauce, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't like that.
I don't either, actually.
No.
As soon as I said it, I wish I didn't.
Yeah, let's
All right.
not say that one again.
All right, well, I think I'm ready to call it a day. Are you?
IRLnoobs, out.
Go with Christ.